the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Let me tighten up my mic real quick. Y'all give me a second. I'm a little loose here. Make sure we straight. All right, y'all. Listen, man, I got a great show lined up for you all. Got a lot of good content I want to discuss. Get back to doing what we got to do. Time to give y'all this content. Listen, we're going to talk about a lot of things, all right? Everything Miami Dolphin centric that's going on right now. I'm going to break it all down. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way in the building. Shout out to the mod squad. I see y'all in here. Shout out to all the members of the channel. I see y'all in here as well. What's up, Batman Pops? I see you, homie. Y'all hit that like button. Sorry, I just got through running. I had to go get my son something, but I ran. Took him to the hospital doctor this morning. He's going to be all right. He's doing better. TD, where did that song come from? I like it. It's actually from one of our subscribers of the channel. Sent it to me. I asked him for a beat. It's pretty lit, man. And I actually have to work on some lyrics for it. I'm going to put some lyrics on it. But we're going to see. We're going to see. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me and always tuning in to TD Fans Talk, home to real Miami Dolphin fans. Let's get into the content. Let's talk about everything that's going on out here. We got a lot of things to talk about. First and foremost, I want to start out with Mike McDaniel's press conference that just ended. I was going to go live 15 minutes ago, but I saw the press conference was coming on. I said, let me hear what he got to say. And I heard everything I needed to hear. And let me go ahead and break it down for you. Okay. So, first and foremost, Mike McDaniel, he kind of did describe the game. He kind of described the game. And he talked about, having all the speed on the field. And one thing that he brought up was the fact that, yeah, it's one thing to have all that speed, but these things have to happen. First of all, you need time to throw the ball because the O-line did give up some pressures to where Tua didn't have time to make the best of a play. Then you had plays where Mike McDaniel basically said you also need to make the correct progression. That's speaking directly to the quarterback, not making the accurate progressions on every read. And then he said we also need to call the right plays. Trying to take some ownership. At the end of the day, calling the right plays, I'm not putting any stock into him saying that because you don't know what a defense is going to be in. You call the freaking play. So calling the right plays, yeah, that's on you, but I don't think there was an issue with the play calling whatsoever. I think those first two things is really what he wanted to get across, but he wanted to take some ownership by saying he also needs to call the right plays. And those first two things, again, this O-line needs to give us time to throw the ball because we miss opportunities with this speed. And he also said we also need to make the correct progression because we miss opportunities with this speed. And that was pretty clearly evident in the all-22. O-line was having a rough time. And then when the O-line was working, we were not reading the correct progressions. So we got to be better, man. He also spoke about Teron Armstead getting injured. He said that he does well playing through injury. We'll see Sunday who gives us the best chance to win. So I believe that means Teron will play, but it is obvious that he will now be playing with an injury. I don't know how serious or how minor it is. We won't know that until the injury report is released this evening. I believe around 4 o'clock maybe. But Teron Armstead is already playing with an injury, and we hope they don't start piling up, okay? Number 2, Austin Jackson is day-to-day. We don't know how his ankle's going to feel Sunday, but we'll find out Sunday. He also was a little sarcastic, saying, I don't speak ankle, so I don't know how it's going to be. So here we are. We got Teron Armstead already playing through an injury, and Austin Jackson, we don't know if he'll be available Sunday, but we'll find out, okay? Also, Eric Rowe hopes to see him improvement. He's limited right now. I don't think Eric Rowe is going to play the second week. Brandon Jones has played so well. There's no need to rush him back. He does add an element, though, but I think this is an opportunity to allow Kohu to continue to do his thing. So Eric Rowe is limited, and at the end of the day, they'll just take it day by day and see how he progresses. All right. Also, what they asked the question, what do you want to see from Tua? They asked that to Mike McDaniel. It was real simple for him. He said, I want to see continued growth. Focus on stuff that he knows. Focus on stuff that he knows that he was frustrated with. Mike McDaniel makes it seem like Tua was really frustrated with some of his play, and rightfully so. And this is why I tell people, Tua's very hard on himself. Tua's harder on himself than little old TDPHINSTALK. Believe it or not. And I've always told y'all I respect that about Tua. I love that about Tua. That's one of the things that I really do love about Tua. He's hard on himself more than little old TDPHINSTALK. He ain't hating on himself. I'm not hating on him either. We just got to call it how it is. And Tua obviously was frustrated with a lot of his play. And Mike said he wants to see continued growth and just focus on the things that frustrated you. So whatever frustrated you, whatever reads you missed, whatever things you messed up on the field, focus on those areas. Focus on those things. Get better in those areas. And that's what Mike McDaniel wants to see. And lastly, Mike McDaniel said he also wants to see this in Tua. He wants to see his confidence grow. I don't know if Tua is having a confidence issue. What I saw on the All 22, that could be a good explanation because that was unacceptable. Maybe you're not confident, and that's why you're not throwing over the middle to those wide open receivers. And to be honest with you, maybe his confidence is shooken because if you look at the first 2 years, those same throws over the middle, they're either too short or they're too long, and those are where most of his interceptions come from. You're like, where was he throwing? It's always that middle of the field throw from this hash to that hash and a few feet outside that range in the intermediate. He throwing the ball, it's always an issue, a pick or a bad misfire. And I think that's an issue for Tua, especially if he's not planted his feet. He doesn't have the perfect mechanics. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know what it has to do with. I don't even have an answer for that. But maybe that's why his confidence may be shook. But Mike McDaniel made it clear he wants to see his confidence grow. And for the head coach to say he wants to see his confidence grow, he obviously lacks in the area of confidence. And there is a reason for that. I just don't have the answer for you all. Why is his confidence shaken? Why isn't he you know what I mean? Like confident quarterbacks, they letting that ball fly. They know they can make that throw, so they throw it. They know they had it is what it is. All right. So good pressure by Mike McDaniel, nothing heavy, but that's just giving you all an update on all the things he said. All right. Shout out to Kato Kohu. Shout out to him. I just want to give him another shout out. He played so well, the young rookie. He didn't even know he was going to play. He came to the locker room and his pads were there. So he said, I just got dressed. I didn't know if I was going to be called on or if I would play. I was shocked that the pads was basically in my locker room. He didn't even know he was going to play. And Mike McDaniel said they usually tell rookies, hey, you're not dressing today. They seek them out early, but they didn't seek him out because he was playing. And he had no clue that he was going to play. He just showed up and his pads were in his locker. So Darth Cater. Darth Cater, baby. But that's good, man. It's players like that. Keep them on the field. Let them keep getting the field. Let them keep making plays. Let them keep having an opportunity. Because guess what? You might have something here. You might have something here. And he's a rookie. He's a rookie. Now, with that being said, I had to shift gears real quick. Let me X this out real quick. I have to shift gears real quick because he's a rookie doing his thing. And this is why I believe the Miami Dolphins need to stop playing games. They need to go ahead and trade Teddy Bridgewater and Mike Gesicki. First of all, Mike Gesicki, I've already explained to y'all. Go ahead and trade the man. He's not for this offense. Unless Tua's going to hit the middle of the field at a high level. You'll never get the max out of Gesicki. Yeah, you might be shocked and get an 80-yard game and be like, yeah, I told you Gesicki, but I'm telling you, that's going to be like one every 6 games. It's going to be like one every 6 games. So they need to go ahead and get what they can for Gesicki now. Also, trade Teddy Bridgewater. Let's stop talking about this rookie stuff with Skylar Thompson. Just like Kohu. Man, let these rookies cook. Let these rookies cook. Let them cook. So therefore, Skylar Thompson need to go ahead and be the second string backup quarterback at this point. We've seen enough in preseason to say, hey, make him your backup and let's see what happens. It's that simple, man. Trade Mike Gesicki and trade Teddy Bridgewater because there's a market for both of them now. And it's that simple. Durham Smythe is really coming on as the guy. He's productive. He graded out well. He blocked well. He caught the ball. He's the guy. But go ahead and I say move Skyler to number 2 and stop pulling this rookie card because we ain't pulling the rookie card with Kohu. It is what it is. This is just my thoughts on it. Again, shout out to Brandon Jones. His stock is up. Brandon Jones is showing that in year 2, we don't need to move forward with Eric Rowe. and next year or moving forward, Brandon Jones is basically saying this is my job, this is my starting job, and it is. I mean, even on the depth chart, but at the same token, Eric Rowe is not there, and if Kohu is going to play at this rate, you might even want to consider trading Eric Rowe. Might be able to save $4 million. But I love what I saw from Brandon Jones. It's like this secondary, we're finding gems. Whoever's in that scouting department finding all these gems. I mean, we already drafted well for the future. But now we got the safeties on lock for the future. But we're going to have to really utilize draft picks on cornerbacks. That's where we're going to have to put our draft capital. Cornerbacks and tackles. I'm going to tell y'all now, even though we need to address the linebacker position, but our issues of the future are pretty evident right now. It's going to be the cornerback position, the tackle position, and the linebackers. Because Teron Armstead ain't going to be forever. I think that's a 2-year situation, and this is the first one. And Austin Jackson hurt, and is he ever going to work out as the primary dude? Side note, Steve Molly just said, TD, I think it's time for Tyndall. I disagree. Tyndall has not been what Tyndall, remember where we drafted him. I know he was our first pick in the draft that year, but we got to stop treating him and mentioning him like he was a first round pick, and we expect him to play today and be that guy. They tried to hype Tyndall up in preseason, but I'm going to tell y'all, I did not see what everybody tried to make it out to be. He was not this overly explosive guy that was making all the plays in X, Y, and Z. But that doesn't mean he won't. I just hope that Tyndall ends up taking the exact same trajectory as Brandon Jones. Sit behind the veteran for the first year, come to camp next year and shine. Come to camp next year and say, it's my time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. Let the man sit for the whole year. He was not explosive in training camp nor preseason. Yeah, he may have made 1 or 2 plays every 3 days. But let him develop. Okay, let him develop. Shout out to Melvin Ingram. That was one of the most underrated pickups that we had, but it was phenomenal. Melvin was phenomenal. Melvin is phenomenal. That pickup can help this defense get to the next level, and probably will help this defense get to the next level. What we're going to need to rely on are kids like Brandon Jones to continue to play at a high level, Kohu to continue to do what he's doing, and Melvin Ingram to lead the way. Melvin Ingram was the only guy that was holistically effective on that D-line the whole game. Yeah, Christian Wilkins may have had a moment. Zach Zeeler played well, but, not explosive crazy. Ogba, I didn't even know he existed outside of the one big play, but outside of that. But Melvin Ingram picked up the fumble for the touchdown, tackling the running backs on the edge, getting the receivers on the edge. The run defense was stout. Great coverage. I was looking at this man flying around in coverage, playing solid coverage. He was playing very well, y'all. Like Melvin Ingram, he was out there making plays. And I love that he knows how to set the edge, not letting anything bounce out. Good job by Melvin Ingram, man. What else do I want to discuss with you all? Okay, I want to discuss this as well. Y'all remember the first play of the game that the controversy was the ball hit, all this and that and this. I know I've debated with people. It wouldn't hit, blah, blah, blah. Now, I've come to a conclusion on that play. I've come to an official conclusion on the play. Here's my conclusion. That play was not Tua's fault at all. Now, I'm taking the ownership off of him, but it's also unfortunately going to make him, I don't want to make him look bad, okay? But y'all follow me on this. That play was not Tua's fault at all. Let me explain. Pressure was coming. I get that. I do believe after watching the replay over and over and over, both of those guys were running a curl route, come back, sitting down in the zone. And Tua executed the play. Yeah, it was a high snap, but screw that. He got the ball. Let's reset, okay? Tua actually executed the play. I think the ball still would have been underthrown, even if Tyreek would have ran the route properly. But here's what the real problem was on this play. Tyreek Hill is actually at fault on this play, but you can't blame him. He thought he was playing with Patrick Mahomes. And I don't want that to sound like shade, but this is the truth. This is what actually happened on that play. It was all Tyreek Hill's fault because he thought he was playing with Patrick Mahomes. Because Tyreek did not run the right route. But with Patrick Mahomes, that would have been the right route regardless of what was called. Patrick Mahomes would have been able to identify what was going on in that secondary, and Patrick Mahomes would have never threw the ball where the play was designed to be thrown. He would have threw that out front to Tyreek for the big touchdown opportunity. Off script, not what the play actually was. Because what y'all don't understand is in Kansas City, they run a lot of option routes. That's when you have a quarterback who has a high level of intellect, where not only do he have to read the three levels of the field, go through the proper progressions, but he also has an additional responsibility of reading the defense and saying, this is what the play is, but my receiver isn't going to follow the play because look at what the safety did. My receiver's going to keep going. And I'm going to put that ball out there. We both know without saying what we see. It's the backyard football. It's the street light football. It's the park pickup game football. You ain't calling plays. You just hiking and looking where everybody going, seeing if somebody open. And sometimes that makes for the best football. That's all that happened on this play. So technically, Tyreek Hill was the one wrong in that. But I understand because he thought, he's been playing with Patrick Mahomes so many years. He out there conflicted. Can Tua know what's going on right now? That's my fault. I forgot. I'm not in Kansas City. I should have took that 15-yard dig instead of the 70-yard touchdown, the 75-yard touchdown. Why did I go for, why was I trying to go for the 75-yard touchdown? I ain't in Kansas City. Down here in Miami, we going to take that 15-yard dig because that's the only capacity that the guy that's throwing the ball has. Can't ask him to do more than what he already struggling with. He already struggling with the basics. And we going to ask him to read that and say, screw the play, Tyreek, let's go. No, Tua ain't ever going to do that. Tua's going, man, Tua focusing on what the play is because he ain't got no room for error to get it wrong. So honestly, Tyreek need to get it, whip himself into shape, and basically recognize you're a possession receiver now, buddy. You're a game manager receiver now. Whatever the play says, that's what you need to do. That's it. I knew they blew the coverage, but you cannot alter the play because you got a quarterback who is going to go off of what the play says, regardless of what he sees. So that's all on Tyreek. And that's fair, y'all. I ain't trying to be hating because I know that makes Tua look like, oh, you know, it is what it is, but that's the facts of that play. That's the facts of that play. And TD, can they build chemistry? God dang. Yeah, they could build chemistry running the freaking play. It's hard enough to get them to execute the basic play. So whatever chemistry they build, it's going to be running the play. Ain't no off script. Tua ain't got the capacity to do something off script like that, especially when, okay, everything's fine. This is the play. No, that ain't happening. No, they will never build that kind of chemistry, what you're talking about. Off scripted plays? No, never. They will never build that kind of chemistry. Because Tua ain't that kind of guy, and we all know that. He already one of the worst in the NFL on the run, throwing the ball, not planted, off platform. Let's just be honest. Let's stop broken. They build chemistry. Stop. I'll keep on. Next game, you'll see. Next game, you'll see. Oh, well, give them time. Y'all said the same thing last year. Like, at what point do your brain just say, hey, man, it is what it is. This is what this guy is. Accept that, and let's see if we can get the most out of that. But stop sitting here dreaming and hoping and wishing or trying to say this is going to happen when there's been no evidence to support it. It is what it is. Those who say, oh, you be hating. Yeah, I do. I be hating on this bad play that I see on the field. And I'm going to hate every time I see it. So get used to it. You don't have to remind me of something I already know. I hate bad play on the field. So if it's attached to Tua's name, I hate Tua's bad play on the field. I rarely show him love because I rarely get lovely plays on the field. Rarely. Now watch this. 5 plays. Name me 5 plays you were impressed with in that game. Tyreek, I'll start. There go 1. Tyreek. Can we get to 2 or 3? Anybody want to take a crack at it? Give me play number 2 or play number 3 that you remember that, man, that was impressive. Anybody in the comment section? We got 400 people watching right now. Anybody in the comment section want to take a crack at it? I already started it out. Waddle TD. Let's see if we can get to 5. But I'm just going to press you about number 2 and 3. Let's see if we can get number 2 and 3. Anybody? Let's see. The check down to Edmonds. My point exactly. The one where he broke two tackles. That was impressive. Get out of here. I ain't talking about Mostert and Edmonds. I'm talking about Tua play that was impressive. Hill's comeback opposite hash. Oh, the wide open comeback. That was impressive to you? I'll give it to you. Yeah. Why don't we just name the plays that were completed? But listen, I ain't even got to play with y'all. This is the point. You say I'm hating, but it ain't. What do I have to rave about? And here I am asking y'all, the people who say I'm hating, I'm asking y'all, name the plays. Name the ones that were impressive. I ain't talking about a receiver wide open on a comeback and all he got to do is – that's basic. Y'all know what I'm talking about. No, you know what? You know what? I got to do it to you now. Y'all asked for it. Nope. You asked for it. Nope. See? I'm sorry. Y'all give me 30 seconds. You asked for it. You asked for it. Now I got to do it. Let me find it. Yep, here it is. All right. Let me share my screen. Nope. Screen share. Yep, now I got to do it. I know y'all going to be mad at me for doing it, but I don't care. I got to do it now. I'm going to pull up one play, and it ain't a Miami Dolphin play. You want to know what an impressive play looks like? I'm sorry. I got to do it to him. Y'all forgive me in advance. Jesus. Oh, what's going on? Oh my gosh. Want to talk about an impressive throw? Even the Waddle throw wasn't like this. This is what I'm talking about. You want to talk about an impressive throw? Yeah. You want to talk about an impressive throw? Y'all talking about a comeback route that was wide open. You want to talk about an impressive throw? Oh, my Jesus. You want to talk about an impressive throw? Look at that. Look at that. You want to talk about a freaking impressive throw? I know somebody who would have never threw this ball. Would have never in their lifetime would have tried to throw this ball. Never. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And somebody said his end zone throw was better. I ain't want to bring that out. I ain't want to bring the end zone throw out. I actually thought this was more impressive than the end zone throw, even though the end zone throw was a freaking 35-yard laser. Oh my gosh. I thought this was more impressive because of the defense. Look at where the ball placement has to be to pull something like this off. Somebody I know would have never would have never threw this ball. Let me find the check down so I know what we would have got in this play. Where my check down at? Up right there. Bam. We'd have hit the guy coming across the middle. We'd have hit the guy at the 50 coming across the middle. Y'all want to see? We'd have been watching the all 22, and this is what we would have said. Pause. Pause right here. We would have said, yeah, go ahead. This is what we would have said if this was the Miami Dolphins, and we would have checked it down. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I would have even said nobody's open. The deep ball's not open. You got the safety, but them ties underneath. You know, that would be like one of those passes where a godly pass. I would have never said on my film study, Tua got to make that throw. I wouldn't have even asked Tua to make this throw. I would have said, okay, Tua made the right read on this throwing at number 7 with the check down. Nobody's open. Let's keep it 100 now. This is what TD would have said in the Dolphins film study. Nobody's open in the secondary, and he makes the right move, checking it down at number 7. And we got 10 yards after the catch. Good game. Keep the sticks moving. Good job keeping the sticks moving. Great read by Tua. I would have said that because this is unreal. This is what you call impressive. And I'm sitting here asking y'all, outside of the Waddle throw, what was impressive? Y'all know good and well you can't tell me number two. Y'all talk about a wide open comeback route. That's routine in the NFL. Those are routine plays in the NFL. Oh my gosh, man. I can't, man. When I saw this, man, I start punching the wall. They be like, why don't you go be a fan of the Chargers then? God dog, he should have been a Dolphin, so I ain't had to. God, y'all look at this throw. Like, what in your brain said, I can hit this? You talking about confidence? You talking about elite? Who in their right mind is going to believe this play could be made looking at film? Who in their right mind think, oh my gosh. I would have been like, what are you doing, Tua? Oh my God, I can't believe that. I would have been like, this is the throw of your career. Come on. Last time, man. Last time. And y'all got the nerve to tell me I be hating on my quarterback. I be hating on my quarterback, and y'all can't tell me to say. And that was way more impressive than the Waddle one. Waddles was impressive because what he did when he caught it and hit that little spurt jet zone and took off down the field. Waddle was nothing but a simple timing, put it right where it needed to be. It's impressive because it was between three defenders, but that's like a 15-yard pass. This was 10 times more impressive than the Waddle one. But my point of all of this is, I asked y'all, tell me the second play outside of Waddle that was impressive. So much negative on Tua. Where's the positive? Give me the positive that I'm supposed to talk about. That's all I'm really asking. That's all I'm asking. You hating hard. Help me love him right now. Tell me what loving him sound like. Y'all, man, that Waddle throw was elite. It was next level, man. That's some top level GOAT type stuff right there, man. I mean, man, that Waddle throw, man, we could live with that for the rest of our life, man. You know, he was poised in the pocket with the Waddle throw, and I just think that, and that was a touchdown, by the way, and he didn't throw no picks, you know. We're not going to talk about the ones he almost threw because they didn't happen, so he didn't throw no picks. But do y'all remember that play where he threw it to Waddle across the middle? Oh, my gosh, what a throw, and man, he led Waddle to just take off. Man, oh, in another play, like you remember Waddle when he was coming across the middle, how Tua hit him? Oh, my gosh. What a freaking play, man. And then Tua was poised on another play where he hit Waddle coming across the middle. Man, that was phenomenal. I can't believe. Oh, my gosh, man. And we got 7 points off of a play that he hit Waddle coming across the middle. Is that what you want me to do? To show love? Is that what you want me to do to show love? Y'all can't even tell me how I'm supposed to show love to him. Y'all can't. The people that don't like me telling the truth about every play in the game can't even tell me what plays I gotta show. Like, tell me what I'm supposed to show love to so that I could do that. I want to be better. I want to support my guy. I want to really rave about him. I want to go crazy about Tua. Can you help me out with that game against the Patriots and tell me what I should be raving about? But you're silent now. You're silent. What you're really asking me to do is talk about the Waddle play one time and just don't mention nothing else. Talk about the rest of the players and everybody else. Don't talk about the evaluation of what Tua didn't do well. Just skip that, bro. Hey, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to point out the man flaws. You just want me to be the positive guy that talks about only the good, even though this team could be in shambles. And I don't think we're in shambles, but that's what you want me to be. This channel ain't for you. This is where I have my call for Bye. Stop torturing yourself. That ain't ever gonna happen. I am gonna forever keep it 1,000. It will never happen. So why waste your precious time just to come over here and say you a hater? It ain't ever gonna happen. And if he keep up this type of play, I'm gonna be so glad when some of y'all get to go root at another fan base and infect them. I'm gonna be so glad. Oh my gosh. Yes, that said, see, it ain't even about Tua. It's really about those individuals. And unfortunately, Tua is the collateral damage in the middle. It's really about those individuals that it literally infected this fan base, came in here and infected this fan base with excuses, mediocrity, accepted mediocrity, dogging other Dolphin players just to lift another one up. Ain't got no problem talking about how bad Eichenberg was. Ain't got no issue talking about how bad Eichenberg is. No bad taking the poop on no egg monogamy. No problem crucifying Jesse Davis when he was here. No problem with that. That tells me you ain't no real Dolphin fan. If you're a real Dolphin fan, you would have crucified everybody that deserved it. Don't just pick the ones that you want to make the one you like look better. It is what it is, though. But guess what? We're going to always keep it 100 over here. We're going to show you everything that needs to be showed. We're going to put things in a real context. And I'm going to always one-up you. You know why? Because I do things like this. The Waddle throw was amazing. Tell me the number 2 throw that I need to rave about and tell this fan base was amazing. Tell me now. Maybe there was another one on like a timing route on a deep out or a comeback. Yeah, we might have been 1 or 2, maybe 3 at best if I go back through the game again. But you know those like timing routes, anticipation out routes, those are actually, see, let me tell you something. Things that are textbook throws in the NFL that's just normal. Like, it's nice that you're making them. All quarterbacks in the NFL can make. We rave about those like they're the Herbert throw you just saw. Do y'all realize we gotta dumb down our accolades? What Herbert just did is something that you rave about, but we're raving about timing comeback routes. For real, for real. We're raving about the textbook receiver running, putting on the brakes, going on the out, and the ball is already on the way. There ain't no reading the defense. That's a spot throw. Hike. All right. He's breaking now. Let me throw it ahead of time, and it got to end up there. That's a timing. That's a spot throw. Do y'all realize that's not that difficult? That's a basic throw that every quarterback attempts to make 4 times a game, minimum. And we rave about those like it's the Herbert throw we just saw. Like, man, we've dumbed it down. What do you say, TD? What my wife talking about? She up in here. She ain't even subscribed to me in here talking. At this point, we will take Tua off your hands for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Oh my gosh. You would be mad. My wife a Cowboy fan. You'd be mad because y'all offensive line ain't blocking well right now. Your best offensive lineman got hurt, and your receivers ain't getting no separation, and CeeDee Lamb out there dropping everything. So what benefit would that be? Oh my gosh. But no, man, it is what it is, man. But all of this started from the simple fact that That first play of the game is not Tua's fault. It's Tyreek's fault because he thought he was playing with Patrick Mahomes. It's that simple. Okay? I got to put that on Twitter as well. They're going to get mad. Send the trade. All right, next thing, okay? I wanted to address something that somebody said in the comment section on one of the videos because I want to make sure I get an opportunity to clear up any misconceptions if there are any. Somebody said that they have watched me for a long time and I didn't keep up the same energy with the Mac film review that I did Tua. They said all year last year, I said Tua was a one read quarterback. And this year, when you did Mac's film, TD, Mac was hitting his first read and you're not keeping the same energy. I could see actually why they said that. And let me go ahead and explain that and elaborate that. Every quarterback is a first read quarterback. You go through your progressions. If the first read is there, you take it. First read quarterback. How you get the stigma of officially being a one read quarterback is if your first read isn't there, you don't hit your other reads or you struggle in that area. That's what I'm saying when I say that about Tua. He's a one read quarterback. Every quarterback's going to hit the first read if it's there. But you become a first read, one read quarterback if you can't do anything when it's not there. So if you go to your first read, it's there, I hit him. It's there, I hit him. I'm there, I'm hit him. You're not a one read quarterback. But when you hike the ball, first read ain't there, and I'm trash with the second and third. Hike the ball, first read ain't there, and I'm trash with the other reads. Now you are a one read quarterback because it's all you can handle. And Mac Jones, first read there, hit him. First read there, hit him. First read there, hit him. Like every quarterback. But when the first read isn't there, Mac Jones hits his second read. Mac Jones hits his third read. Mac Jones hits his fourth read. So that's why he's not a one-read quarterback. You're supposed to hit your first read in progressions if it's there. You're supposed to. And if the timing and the play permits, sometimes you have such a clean pocket, and sometimes you can look at your first read is there, but you got time to check on the deep when it come right back to it. That's another level of quarterback, though. We ain't getting there right now. So I keep the same energy. All quarterbacks are supposed to hit their first read when it's there. But when it's not there, you need to execute the second or third. And if you can't execute the second or third at a high level, then you are a one-read quarterback. So that's the difference. I do keep the same energy. You just don't understand what I'm trying to say. So Tua is a one-read quarterback. And Mac Jones isn't. It's all about when that first read isn't there, are you executing the second or third? And if you're not, you only good at the first read. If you can't execute the others, all right, well, you ain't a one-read quarterback. Some of y'all think what I was saying was all he do is hit the first read. Sometimes you need to neglect that and look for the deep one. No, that depends on – some plays are designed to, a quick rollout and hit. It also depends on the type of quarterback. And some quarterbacks' first read is deep because they read in the safety knowing what's going to be there. Some people hike the ball. There's probably like 6 quarterbacks in the NFL that hikes the ball. They don't hike the ball, look left, look there, look there. No, they hike the ball, look down the middle at the safeties and identify what the coverage is in the second level. And their brain automatically tells me, cover 3. That means I got number 2 open. This is a whole different intellect of quarterback. There's different ways quarterbacks think. Don't think everybody's doing their progressions the same way. Don't think everybody's brain is operating the same way. Tua's the type of guy, okay, I know this play. Hike the ball. The first person I'm supposed to look at is the curve, is the quick slip out. Okay, if the linebacker follows him, I get the slant. If the linebacker don't follow him, I'm going to throw it out here. If none of those are there, I'm supposed to come back on the back end for the crosser. They know the play and got guys that they're supposed to pick in order. But there's some quarterbacks, this is the high-level quarterbacks, the ones whose brains can't be matched. They hike the ball and they identify what covers the defense in. And once they identify, it tells them number 2 is open. Number 3 is open. Cover 4. Cover 3. That's open. Cover single high. This will be open. They already pre-snap. They try to identify, I think they're in this, but they could be disguising it as this. So I need to, when I hike this ball, I need to identify if it's covered. See, this is what they're doing at pre-snap. They under center. Like literally, so Deshaun Watson is one of these guys. That's why he's so great. He under center, and he's saying, all right, they got single high. No, they're in cover 2. But the linebacker is a little bit back, so it could be disguised as Tampa. If it's cover 2, I have the curl over here. If it's Tampa, I should have the slant coming across the middle when the linebacker bails. Hike, he backing up. Oh, the linebacker bailing is Tampa. He looking at his slant. The linebacker didn't bail. It's cover 2. Let me hit the comeback. They already know who's going to be open. They just got to identify which defense are they in post-snap. But they identify that pre-snap. Guys like Tua, they ain't doing none of that. They simply saying, all right, no matter what, I got options. If this guy do that, no, that's elementary. That's elementary. Whole nother level of football play, man. Whole nother mental in this game. They ain't doing that basic stuff. They ain't doing all that. They already pre-snap. Look at the coverage they in. But it could be this. They already identified 2 coverages it could possibly be. And they already know if it's this one, I'm looking here first. If it's that one, I'm looking there first. They already know. Pre-snap. That's why they can take advantage of the big chunks more often. They know I know I'm gonna have a crosser coming across the middle because we're in a power formation with 2 tight ends to the left and the linebackers are sucked in right now. I know I'm gonna have the crosser on this play action come across the middle if they're cover 2. If they back out of it, I know that I need to hit the flat right here because they already backing out to cover that crosser. They already know this before the snap happens. So all those wide open guys that Tua had in the middle of the field, some of these guys already know that was going to be open. That's why when it didn't materialize yet before the pressure came, they might have threw it ahead of time and then the pressure hit them. It's a whole different game. These quarterbacks out here playing on different levels mentally, and these coaches know the ones who are up there and the ones who are down there. It ain't even close. It ain't even close, man. They know that Tua is a guy they got to spoon feed this stuff to. You see him out there pre-snap looking at his sheet. You see what I'm saying? You see him on the field pre-snap looking at his sheet. And what are he doing? Fake the handoff. He's trying to get it, though, and I love that about Tua. He's trying to get it. He's putting the work in to get it. But I'm sorry, y'all act like some of these guys ain't just on a whole nother level when it comes to understanding coverages and reading defenses and knowing who's already going to be open before the snap it hits. Already knowing. And they don't pick a guy right away. They snap the ball to confirm the coverage. Then they go to the guy. TD, then that's sad. I just play Skyler. Well, I got to be honest with you. Skyler, you don't know if Skyler can be on that level yet. We know Skyler has the skills that can execute, but we don't know if Skyler can read defenses like that. We know that he'll make the throw if he sees it. We know that he'll execute at a high level if he sees it. But we have no idea what Skyler's intellect is, and you won't know that until he's in a real game and they roll in coverage and they disguise in cover 2 with Tampa, or they're cover 3 zone or cover 3. We won't know until he hikes the ball and you'll see it in his evaluation. you'll see if he's not missing his reads. He gave us a good look in preseason, but I want to see exotic looks in the defense disguising one thing for another and see what he could do then. We have no film of him on that. So you don't know what you can get with Skylar in that situation. Have no idea. TD, so we drafted a bust. No, well, let me get this straight. It depends on what your definition of a bust is. Don't break it, okay? You can go ahead and get it with Carter, okay? My bad, y'all. Did we draft a bust? No, I don't think Tua is a bust. Now, I don't know what your definition of a bust is. Is he ever gonna live up to the 5th overall pick? No. I think that as long as you end up being a player in the NFL, you're not a bust. Tua is a guy that can play 15 years in the NFL. The argument is, I just don't think it'll be a starter. I think Tua is the type of guy that's going to get 6 to 7 years as a starter. Then, because I think that Miami will end up trading him, and he's going to get a fresh start somewhere, and they're going to be hopeful for about 2 years. That's just what I think. I actually think Tua may live out 4 years in Miami too. If they can't get a big fish next year, I think he will be here for 4 years. I told y'all that preseason that I think that whole Flores McDaniel situation basically locked in his 4th year. I think he's going to be here for 4 years. I think he'll be here next year, regardless of this year, unless he just absolutely bombs it and continues to have games like he had against the Patriots. Because I'm going to be honest with you, you can hear it in Mike's voice. He's doing the best he can to just not say the wrong things. But when he says things like he just wants to see Tua's continued growth, focus on the stuff he knows frustrating him, which he's trying to put it on Tua. These are the things, there's things frustrating him, and I just need him to focus on those. But that's a reflection of Mike McDaniel. He knows what Tua's frustrated with. It's the things he's struggling with, obviously. And Mike McDaniel wants them things to be better too. When he said he needs to work on his confidence, because he had too many moments of unconfident because it's right here in front of you. What's wrong? It can only be confidence if you're looking at a guy and not throwing it. It can only be confidence. So Mike McDaniel is kind of basically trying to use his words as best as he possibly can. Mike McDaniel knows there was too much left on that field, too much to be desired. But he will never say anything negative about that position. He'll always generalize it and make it and soften everything. But he knows when he says things like, we need time to throw the ball and we need to make the correct progression. Did y'all hear that? You're only speaking to one person if you're saying we need to make the correct progressions. When he watched the field, somebody wasn't even going through their progressions properly. This is what Mike McDaniel said today. On some plays, we need time to throw the ball, and on some plays, we need to make the correct progression. There's only one person he's talking about. There's only one person you can talk about if you're going to refer to progressions. So Mike knows what he's seeing on film. Is Mike McDaniel hating? Y'all need to go over to the Miami Dolphins YouTube channel right now and put in the comment section, Mike McDaniel hating on Tua. Because you do it to me when I say it, but you ain't going to do that. You're just here to attack me because I'm the only guy standing in the way of y'all pulling one over on this fan base. Nah, we speak the truth over here. We're going to give you the details. And it ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop. Whatever he do, we going to reflect over here. So guess what? Tell him to ball out. Watch you see the praise and admiration and just fandom over here. Watch you see it. Watch. but he got to do that. All right. All right. Moving along. Last thing I did want to bring up. Did y'all see Sean Payton's interview this morning? Yes or no in the comment section? Did y'all see Sean Payton's interview this morning? Yes or no in the comment section? Michael, yes, we won 20-7. I'm excited about it. I'm glad about it. Y'all didn't see Sean Payton's interview? Let me play it for you. Let me play it for you. And for those who don't know the background with Sean Payton, that's the man that they offered $100 million to come coach us this year, not Mike McDaniel. Sean Payton is the coach for the New Orleans Saints, who had Drew Brees, who we offered $100 million to come coach. And he turned it down. He basically turned us down because Brady, the Flores situation knocked it out because Brady couldn't come after that. And he ain't coming here with this quarterback situation. And here's proof. Here's proof. I want you to listen to what Sean Payton said on Colin. Give me a second.
I think at some point they played well.
All right, here we go. Let me turn this volume up just in case.
I think at some point we'll see Tua in Miami. I think at some point, and they played well yesterday with Tua, but Teddy Bridgewater, I've had before. He's an outstanding player. And I think that's one of the unique things this year. I counted 8 teams where I believe we're going to see multiple quarterbacks play, not relative to injury, but just a controversy, if you will. I think at some point we'll see Tua in Miami.
He said 2, as in Teddy Bridgewater. He obviously don't believe in Tua. He believes at some point this year, even though they played well yesterday, so he obviously watched the film. And I know Sean Payton watched the film yesterday because he knows he's going to have to make a decision next offseason too. You don't think the offer is still on the table for Sean Payton to come next year? Y'all think this is like for real? You offered this man $100 million now. You don't think that offer might still be on the table next year? If he says, yeah, I'll come coach y'all because I'm not under contract with the Saints anymore. Oh, I'm too loud because I had it up for the thing. My bad. I'll bring it back down. You don't think that he not scouting the team and saying, let me look at what I'm going to be going into if I decide to? A lot of people are being literally ridiculous if they don't think that next year they'll say, thank you for your services, Mike McDaniel, but we're going in a different direction, regardless of the success. Sean Payton, get up, Cammy. Sean Payton was obviously their guy. Offered the man $100 million, y'all. And you don't think that that's a still active option? People literally like, no, we got Mike McDaniel now. Y'all really gonna be that night? Come on. Sean, did you see the Waddle play over the middle? Oh my God. Exactly. He was just looking for the second play to be happy about. So you know he's watching the Dolphins games, and you know he's evaluating Tua in the film. You know that. And for him to come out today and say, some point this year, Teddy's going to be playing, and it's not because of injury. It's not just because of the injury. If he's successful, they just going to fire McDaniel. Flores had 2 winning seasons. They fired him, and I understand all the reasons. But some of y'all may need to come to the realization Mike McDaniel actually may be a placeholder. That could be the reality. Yes, if he has success, they could replace him. Ain't no different from the Golden State Mark Jackson situation. They had great success. Come on in, Steve Kerr. Finish it off. Absolutely. Because let me tell y'all something. Wins like yesterday, let me be clear. Wins like yesterday don't help. I mean, I keep saying yesterday. Wins like Sunday don't help Mike McDaniel's evaluation. I'm talking about the front office's evaluation of Mike McDaniel. Yeah, it's a win, but why did our offense, which we brought you in here for, why were they less productive putting up points than Flores' offense? And that's what we brought you in here for, because Flores was trash on offense. Why did your new look offense produce less points than Flores' offense? Why would his offensive line still a train wreck and the only guys that were good are the ones we paid money to be good? You have no bearing on those guys being good. We're not going to give Mike McDaniel credit for Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, or Teron Armstead. They were already good. Those other guys are still looking bad. We're not going to give you credit for, matter of fact, the quarterback play actually hurt you. We saw no difference on the field. I want y'all to think about this. This is how they're evaluating Mike McDaniel, not just from a win and loss, because Flores had a winning record in the 2 years, and everybody want to throw in the first year when they stripped the whole roster. If we're going to be real, you judge Flores off the second 2 years. It was a winning record, and he out of here. But don't think Mike McDaniel ain't getting evaluated. You think they like, oh, we got to keep Mike McDaniel forever because he went for it on 4th and 7 and it was a touchdown. You think that's how they thinking? Well, Mike McDaniel was scheming people wide open. It's just Tua didn't take advantage of it. There were people we saw on film with Flores that I would do a film study every week wide open that we weren't taking advantage of. Tua ain't the only one on being evaluated here. Mike McDaniel is too. And the truth of the matter, what you brought him in to do in game number 1, we failed at. We brought you in here to get this O-line together. You failed at it. The talent that Chris Greer paid for, it was the improvement, and it was clear. Eichenberg got worse, graded out of 33. Jackson graded low and got hurt. Quarterback play, there was no improvement. And like I said, some could say there was regression because this time he was looking at the receivers wide open and wouldn't throw it. He's being evaluated too. And no, the O-line as a unit wasn't better. When you got 22 personnel and you keeping the tight ends to block all the time, yeah, it's going to look better. But once again, that's because you're in 22 personnel. You're getting double teams on the edge and up the middle and letting Armstead go one-on-one. And you're able to get double teams across the board just about, with the exception of maybe Robert Hunt or O'Connor. That ain't better as a unit. That's just deploying more protection. That's max protection. How was the protection that much better when some of y'all are telling me I'm not using context? Tua was hurried on a lot of the throws. There was a guy coming right in his face on a lot of throws. Which one do you want to say? Was the O-line not productive, great, or was it Tua? I mean, come on. Which one is it? Which one is it? No. He be destroying this room. Which one is it, man? You can't have your cake and eat it too. But like I said, Sean Payton, the guy who still maybe have an opportunity to be the Miami Dolphins head coach next year, and y'all don't have to acknowledge that. They offered the man $100 million. He's watching us, and he's watching our film. He's identifying what situation he may end up coming into. You could brush that off and ignore it all you want, but that's a reality. He's sitting here on a talk show talking about it with our name in his mouth. We're one of 8 teams that he feels like there's going to be a second quarterback that plays this year, and it ain't got nothing to do with injuries. But why did he specifically mention the Dolphins out of the 8 teams? He didn't talk about this team and that team and that team. He just said, Teddy, I think he's going to play this year, and it ain't going to be because of injuries. He's specifically talking about us. They say on Twitter, Sean Payton hating on Tua. I don't know why this man gotta be hating on him. And that also hurts this Drew Brees narrative. Tua could end up like Drew Brees. Sean Payton don't see it that way, obviously. he obviously don't see it that way. Peyton wants to come to Miami. But yes or no in the comment section. Here we are next offseason. Sean Payton is a free agent coach. He calls Stephen Ross, who is now off of suspension. Hey, man, I want to come coach this team. I think I could win a Super Bowl, man. Are we going to make him the new head coach? Yes or no? It's that simple. Sean Payton calls Stephen Ross. I want to come coach the team. I think I could win a Super Bowl with this roster. Yes or no in the comment section? Y'all know the freaking answer. You know the answer. You think this man was going to make him the highest paid coach for nothing? For nothing? For a guy who never called plays in his life? Over a guy who never called plays in his life? Some of y'all need to come to the realization he was their last option anyway. He wasn't even an option. Like, I know Miami knew who they wanted at the coach. They knew like 2 or 3 candidates they wanted at the coach position, and they couldn't get neither of them. And they were like, all right, let's go through the regular hiring process. Let's bring somebody in. Man, hey, I didn't ask y'all whether he was worth it or not. I didn't ask y'all whether y'all want him or not. I didn't ask y'all whether we should get him or not. I asked y'all what Stephen Ross going to do. If Sean Payton called and said, man, I want to come coach this team. I think I could win a Super Bowl with this roster. Are we going to fire McDaniel and hire Sean Payton? Yes or no? I ain't asked you what you want to do. I asked you what Stephen Ross is going to do. See, y'all trying to move the goalposts. Yes or no? What is Stephen Ross going to do? Is he going to hire him or not? Y'all know the answer to this. Y'all can play around all you want. You know the answer to it. Finland said messy. Exactly. There's only one reason it's messy, because there's some truth to it. Man, Stephen Ross gonna be like, all right, man, let me call you back in 30 minutes. Hey, Greer, I need you to fire Mike. And we finna bring in Sean. It's that simple, man. You was finna offer this man $100 million. Only way that changes is if Mike McDaniel go to an AFC championship or better, then they gotta consider. Because they know this roster is supposed to make the playoffs from the roster alone. Adam Gase can be here and they feel like this roster can make the playoffs. This roster with Adam Gase is supposed to make the playoffs. The roster. I ain't say we would with them, but it's supposed to make the playoffs. Everybody got us making the playoffs. Everybody knows. It ain't because of Mike McDaniel, who hasn't proven anything in this league. This roster is a playoff roster. With the exception of quarterback, we got a better roster than the Chiefs. But y'all need to understand that. Y'all act like if we make the playoffs, see, Mike McDaniel. No. You don't think if Flores had Armstead, Connor Williams, Tyreek Hill, and a few other guys, we wouldn't have won one more game? Hell, Jacoby Brissett would have at least won 2 of them trash games, just like he did in Cleveland last week. just like he did in Cleveland a few days ago. Yeah, Jacoby Brissett is 1-0 in Cleveland right now, throwing 146 yards. This roster alone would have won at least 2 more games both years for Flores. And we would have been in the playoffs. Sean Payton and Lamar Jackson could be what's on the horizon. Could be what's on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. Hey, Tua can change it. Go out there and ball every week and make Mike McDaniel look like a genius. And we keep on with what we got. It's that simple. Don't get mad at me because I'm giving you the options we have. Go out there and ball out. We ain't asking you to hit every opportunity you get, just more than you are. Just a few more. Make 4 more of those plays out of the 12 I identified. That's it. Make Mike McDaniel look like a genius. And we could move forward with you and Mike McDaniel this year, next year, the year after, fighting for the Super Bowl. That's all. It ain't that hard, y'all. It ain't that hard. That's it. Make 4 more plays a game. But are we willing to put the ownership on him to do that? Or do we have to say, no, it ain't on him to do more. Everything around him just need to be better. Is it fair for me to say Tua just needs to be better, and then all of this is wiped out and we move forward with our franchise quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa? Is that fair? Is that fair? Or is that still hating? Asking him to be a little bit better. Is it fair or is it still hating? I'm just curious. TD, stop. Tua is not getting an extension. You a hater, bro. You a hater. He can get an extension if he plays a little better. I'm still holding out hope that he could play a little better. Play a little better, bro. This offense will go off for 30 a game if you play a little better. Not 13 against a trash secondary, might I add. Play a little better. Imagine if we had Fitz with this offense. Lord Jesus. Oh, we would have had that 30. Yeah, I don't care what none of y'all say. We would have had that 30. See, this is the point. We would have had that 30. T-Rich said $275 million, 5 years for Tua. You know what? Let's do it. If that means he's going to play a little better, let's do it. I actually like Tua being in Miami. Like, come on, just stay in Miami, Tua. Stay in Miami. Be our guy. Be our franchise quarterback. Be our franchise quarterback. Please. These bums, Herbert and Burrow and all them, they can't even wear your cleats, bro. Just be a little bit better so that we can prove that. Please. This is why they don't like me. Because they know. They know themselves. It might not happen. I bet you it'd be people that be watching the game like, come on, Tua, do something special. Do something special, man. We need to prove to these people. And believe it or not, deep down in my spirit, that's how I be feeling too. But when people see the mediocrity, they just be like, yeah, but it's a completion. It's a completion. People always talk about the numbers. Man, the man was almost 70% completion. But they don't look at the game. You can take the 1 yard pass to Gesicki, or you can hit the 15-yarder to Tyreek. He took the 1 yarder. It was still a completion. This is what we've come to as a fan base. I mean, the man made the throw. At least he hit somebody. Like, this is what we've come to as a fan base. This is what we've come to. We are accepting this crap, and I am so shocked. People keep saying, TD, you changed, bro. What happened to you? You're so negative now. I have always been exactly what the team has been. All the way back to when I was calling the game with Adam Gase. When y'all say I was the most positive person back then when Adam Gase and Tannehill was here, Was I not on them streams yelling and kicking how trash Matt Burke was? But y'all ain't call that negative because it wasn't Tua. Was I not kicking and screaming about how trash the O-line was? Now, I give you this. I wasn't kicking and screaming that much about Tannehill because I was a Tannehill-neer. I was a Ryan-ear. But I'm a changed man. I learned from my mistakes. I am a better man today than I was. I learned where I was wrong and how I should never put a player over the team. The love I have for a player should never, never overshadow the team. Ever. I learned I am a greater man. I am a changed man for the better. But they always mad at you when you grow and you become a better man. They get mad at you. See, I admit I was a Ryan-ear, a Tannehill. Every excuse known to man. It wasn't that bad. Man, the man can't make every play. I mean, gosh, what you asking the man to do? Man, the old line sucked though. The running game ain't the same. They traded Landry, man. What you want him to do? They traded Ajayi, man. Come on, what you want him to do? That's the receiver fault. He got to make that. It touched his hands. Come on, bro. I get this is why I be telling these Tuaneers, they ain't actually doing nothing wrong. The Tuaneers are doing exactly what they're supposed to do as a Tua fan. If I was an Alabama Tua fan, I would be doing the same thing. When you're a fan of somebody, you're supposed to. But shame on you, Dolphin fans. Shame on these Dolphin fans. It ain't nothing wrong with supporting Tua, but call it how it is. And if you don't know how to read the X's and O's, then sit back and don't join the conversation. Y'all letting these people come in this fan base and spread mediocrity and say that it's fine. Just make a team around him that's great. Y'all allowing that mess. Tuaneers ain't doing nothing wrong. They doing exactly what they supposed to do because I would do the same thing. Because if I loved him in college and I want to see him go to the NFL and I want to see him be successful and I'm rooting for his future, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And I mean that without trolling. That's what you're supposed to do. It's ingrained in that's human nature. That's human nature. If you love this kid in college, you want to see that kid's success in the NFL. You want to see him be great. You want to see him have a storied career. And when he come out there and it ain't equating like it did in college, he'll turn it on at some point. I know he will. He got it in him. I witnessed it. I believe in him. I get it. So I never really blame the Tuaneers. They're just doing exactly what they're supposed to do. It's these Dolphin fans that ain't Alabama fans nor Tua fans, but they support Tua. That's fine. But when you get into making excuses and overlooking all his flaws and settling with mediocrity, no, Dolphin fans, you look at the best interest of this team and what's going to help us win a Super Bowl. That's where I have the issue. I just troll the Tuaneers because they troll us. Bring all this mediocrity. It's like propaganda. Oh, it's like heavy propaganda, man. For a team that's been mediocre for so many years, we should be livid at mediocre QB play. Some of us are livid. It's just that there's this large group of fans, these people from Alabama, that drowns out the anger and being livid. They drown it out with all these praise. Just find some stats he was good at. His arm went up faster than anybody in the NFL this week. He turned his head quicker than anybody in the NFL on play action this week. He was number one on 3-step drop back speed. They find every stat they can that'll make them. I mean, they out here working, boy. They working hard to keep him in this league and not be looked over. He now Tua's way, way, way better than Tebow, but it is the Tebow effect. It's the Tebow effect. So many people, man. No, man, just give it. You can't deny that he wins, though. He's a winner. He's a winner. You can't deny that. At least he's winning. It's the Tebow effect. So many people wanted to just see him succeed in the league, you know? He prayed for this moment. He was a good role model, a good person, a man of faith. Like so many, it's the Tebow effect all over again. They just want to see kids that are raised that way, that are just good spirits, succeed. I get it, but maybe it just ain't your calling, though. You still want Tannehill, though? I know we be doing a lot better. Look at how Tannehill look with weapons around him. He just looked trash in the playoffs, which I don't want that. He looked trash in the playoffs. But look at what he doing in the regular season. Go look at it. Go look at it. When you talk about the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. Oh, the accuracy came out. Everybody was like, he is the most accurate. Then when it came out, well, he's top 10. Well, Tannehill above that. Danny said, Doug spit more facts than you. Yep, he sure does. Go subscribe to Dougly Do Wrong, y'all. Excellent. Spits facts way more than me. Were you trying to make a point? Thank you for giving my brother the advertisement. That's my boy. You see how some people come in here, what they try to do? It don't work. Doug is a fax machine. He's a fax machine. How about that? That's my boy. Oh, like it's supposed to, like, I'm not in competition with anybody out here. Let's make sure we get that straight. I am not in competition with anyone out here. Matter of fact, some of the people that hate on me, I wish they had more subscribers so they could stop hating on me and they could look at me as a little dog. The people throwing these little subliminal shots, I wish it was more. Nice try though. We got that W. What all? Give me a second. One moment, y'all. Bro, TD and Doug cool. Even if he associate with someone TD don't like, don't mean they not cool. Me and Doug are brothers, man. We talk off of streams. We talk on the phone, texting, talking every week, bro. Every week, at least 3 to 4 times. About stuff like what just happened. He hit me up. Look at this fool trying to pin me against you. He'll send me screenshots, and I'll do the same. Oh man, but you're right though, man. Y'all go check out Dougly Do Wrong. He doing big things. He speak facts, nothing but them. Good option for Dolphin content. TD was right all along. You got to be more specific about what, because there's things I'm right about, things that I'm wrong about, and like I always tell y'all, correct me if I'm wrong, acknowledge me if I'm right. TD, you are the realist, true Dolphin fan. I love my team, so I ain't gonna sit here and just take anything. All right. TD and Doug say similar things. It's just TD say it more aggressive. That might be right. And I don't know. I might have more resistance than Doug, though. Sometimes Doug gets resistance. People be like, "Oh, you being soft on Tua," and people be like, "Oh, you being hard on Tua to me." So I think that's that may be the difference in the spectrum. But I when I listen to Doug, I hear the objectivity. He believes in Tua. I don't believe in Tua. You see, that's the difference between me and Doug. He believes in Tua, and nothing's wrong with that. And I don't believe in Tua, and nothing's wrong with that. It's just what we believe. We're on two spectrums. So when he's optimistic, the people who love Tua, they love listening to that. And when I'm pessimistic, the people who don't believe in Tua, they love listening to that. And the opposites fight. They be fighting. You're giving Tua too much credit. They fight Doug. Oh, you're hating on Tua too much. They fight me. So that's all it is. It's just perspective. He believes he can end up being the franchise quarterback. I don't. And I always told y'all for the last 2 years, time will tell. And this ain't even just about me and Doug, but people out here in general on national TV and everything. But one thing I'll tell you about me, it looked like I'm closer to being on the right side than not. I got 2 years under my belt of mine look like it's standing true right now. 2 years in one game of mine looks a little bit more accurate right now. Unless he do something different and change the narrative, it looks like mine's been on point. And the difference is, I hope I'm wrong so that we have our guy. I just went and evaluated him and said he ain't going to be the guy. I don't know if that's going to end up being correct or not. I just went off of my evaluation and said I don't think he's going to be the guy. That was my evaluation. And if I'm right, that's what my evaluation told me. If I'm wrong, my evaluation deceived me. There was something in him I didn't see that came out. And now look at him. That's all this is. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Time will tell. It always does. You know how many times people have told me in the last 3 years, told you so. Oh, you were wrong. Why do you have to tell me that 10 times? Why do you know why? Because look like a bum, look like a bum, look like a bum. Oh, he had a good game. Told you so. Y'all make one good game justify that he's great all of a sudden. And then he come out there and give you a Tennessee. Well, I mean, it happens. You know, next year he'll put it all together. I mean, at what point y'all going to stop this mess? Y'all will be better off just shushing your mouth and waiting to see what ends up happening. But you know what he'll never be? He'll never be that throw Herbert through that I put on the screen. He'll never be. All the Tuaniers who said, hey, we got the W after our first Pats win last year. What happened next? Exactly. I got to get out of here, though. I'm going to come back later. Don't forget, hey, we got the AFC East Roundtable tonight on the AFC East Roundtable channel. Y'all come on through because I'm going to give Masterworks the freaking business. And Dan going to get that heat too because we number one in the AFC. And he going to get it too. Richie, I'm just going to let him know they still trash. But y'all come through tonight in the AFC East Roundtable at 7:30 p.m. It ain't on this channel. It's on our new channel, AFC East Roundtable. All right? Come through, represent like y'all always do. We own that chat. The Bills fans are coming in a little bit more heavy now, but we own that chat. So come through tonight, AFC East Roundtable. All right? Now, y'all know when I get on the AFC Roundtable, I don't do nothing but defend Tua. Y'all know that. But when I'm on this channel, y'all, I give y'all the real. But when I'm on there, we got the best quarterback in the division. I don't care. Josh Allen is trash. I don't talk bad about our family in public. I try not to. Because I was so mad about the game the other day. Me and Engraven just did a collab, and I had to be honest on the collab we just did. So he gonna drop that probably sometime this week. But drop the link for that channel. All right, let me put that channel link up real quick so y'all can go to AFC East Roundtable and subscribe to it. Give me a second. AFC East Roundtable. Give me a second. All right, here's the link. Copy, paste. All right, I just dropped the link. To the AFC East Roundtable. If you haven't seen it yet, you're truly missing out. If you ain't seen it yet, you're missing out. This is the AFC East Roundtable channel. So make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. All right. We're also about to open up the membership soon, where if you become a member of the AFC East Roundtable, you get the avatar for me, my avatar, and the Dolphins avatar, so you can represent us in the chat. But it's growing fast, and it's a big. And if you're a Patreon member, thank y'all who signed up to the AFC East Roundtable Patreon. So when y'all come backstage at the end of the show and y'all debate with us or go back and forth, thank y'all who representing, giving them the heat. All right. I appreciate y'all. All right. Love y'all. I will see y'all soon. I probably got another stream today. All right. Because we want to start looking at this Baltimore Ravens film. At some point today, I'm going to load up some more film and get on it. All right. Love y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. I will see y'all soon. Fins up no matter what. God bless you all. All right. Peace. I'm out.